All right, so difference of 16. So first number be x. Second number you can use either x minus 16 or x plus 16. It doesn't matter. Okay. So Chris, which one do you want to use?
X minus 16.
Okay. Yeah, so it doesn't matter. Okay. For difference, you can choose. Now we want to do the function now. Okay. So it says the result of adding, right? Result is the y. The result of adding the sum, okay? So first thing is the sum. Sum means you add the two numbers up. First number is x. Second number is x minus 16. You add them up. This is called the sum, right? Adding the sum. So I put add, right? This part is the sum. Adding the sum with the product. Product means multiplying, right? You can look at the chart, right? The chart you have multiplying. So you multiply the two numbers. So x and x minus 16. That's called the product. Any questions so far? Okay, can you raise your hand if you understand up to here, the setup? Okay, that we are just following the word problem, right? Following the sentence that they gave us. Adding the sum with the product. Okay, Ivy and Waylon, any questions?
Nope.
Okay, you can raise your hand, okay? And then after this, then you can simplify it, turn it into general form, right? And then get to the standard form. Okay, so I'll let you do this part by yourself. Okay, simplify the like terms. For the second brackets, you need to expand the brackets like that, right? Get rid of the brackets and then combine like terms. So I'll let you do that, okay? Once you get to the standard form, okay, please raise your hand. Okay, so by now you should probably get the general form at least. Okay, Colin, do you have the general form?
I'm still working on it.
Okay, let me know when you have it.
All right.
Got it yet, Colin?
I'm confused on the left part. Is
The
it
first
2?
bracket,
Yeah,
the first bracket, you combine the like terms. Which ones are like terms?
the x.
X plus X, right?
X.
What's
So
that?
that's 2x
Yeah. So you get 2X and then,
minus 16
yeah, minus 16 plus, what about the second
plus
bracket?
it's x squared minus 16x.
Yeah. And then combine more like terms.
Oh,
So
oh,
what do you get?
give me a second. X minus 7 squared.
Where did you get X?
Oh wait, it's x squared minus 14x and bracket negative 6 minus 16.
No brackets,
Oh,
right? There's no more brackets,
oh, all right.
right?
And yeah,
You see in this line, there's no, after you combine the like terms, there's no more brackets, right? After the
mhm.
distribution. Okay, so once you get here, this is called the general form. Okay, in any steps, if you get stuck, okay, you just call it out, right? Let me know, and then I can help you, right? Otherwise, you will be just staring at the same thing for a long time, right? Okay, anyone has question getting to the standard form? Please raise your hand if you got the standard form already. The one with the vertex, okay? We need to get the vertex here. If anyone have trouble getting the standard form, okay, it's your chance to let me know, okay? Then I can help you catch up. Please raise your hand if you got the standard form, the one with the APQ. Once you have it, okay, write down the vertex on the side, okay? Okay, any trouble here? Any, Evan, Jiao, and Marcus? Okay, Marcus, can you tell us what you got so far?
I got, wait, I'm still kind of confused.
Okay, which part are you confused about?
Wait, so it'd be y equal, on putting the standard,
How to turn into standard, is it?
it would be y, like, you want me to do it step by step, or
Yeah, you tell me what step you did.
I put it, y equals x minus 14x plus
X
7
square, right? There's a square.
minus 14x
Mm-hmm.
plus 7 bracket,
Plus 7 square. Do you have the square?
yeah,
Yeah.
bracket, minus 7 squared
Mm-hmm.
minus 16.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, and don't forget there is a multiply by 1. Okay, even though the 1 doesn't make any difference for this one, but still put it, okay, as a habit. Okay, now what? What do you do now?
And then you, I don't know.
Okay, so you take the first term. The first one is the x squared, right?
Yeah,
And the third term, what is it?
7
7.
squared.
So you grab those two, put it into the brackets.
So x squared minus 7.
Okay, so you just grab the x and the 7, no square. And the sign in the middle, right? If you see a minus 14, then you put minus. Okay, if you see plus 14, then you put plus. Got it?
Yeah.
And then outside you put a square. The square should be outside now. Okay, Marcus?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then any number afterwards.
No, and then you do the outside stuff outside the bracket.
Yeah. Let me know what you have.
Uh, so, so we do the negative 7 squared, then we times that by 1, and then we minus it by 16.
Yeah. And remember the negative 7, the negative will not disappear. Okay. It will stay negative.
Negative 49. Um, uh, I don't, I got negative 64.
Negative 64. What did you do? How did you get that?
Wouldn't negative 7 squared be 49? Negative 49
Negative 49. Yeah.
times it by 1. Wouldn't it stay negative 49?
Yeah.
And then minus 16, wouldn't that just bring it to negative 64?
No, it will be even more negative, but it's not 64. You can try again.
Oh, wait, hold on. Negative 33?
No. Negative 49 means you are, think about number line, okay? Negative 49 means you go to the left 49, right? And then minus 16, you keep on going to the left, 16. So it's very, very far to the left, okay? So it's like keep on going to the left and again.
Oh, so no, it's
So the
negative,
answer will be negative.
negative 65.
Yeah, okay, negative 65. You were close, okay, negative 65. Okay, so what's the vertex then, based on this form?
Negative 7 and negative 65.
Okay, the P part, okay, you have to flip the sign. Don't use the negative 7.
So 7 and negative 65.
Okay, only the one in the bracket you need to flip, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's your vertex, right? So make sure if you have any question about any step, okay, don't be shy to tell me, right? Because it's your chance to catch up, right? Because your question might be other people's question too, okay? Think of this way. You are not slowing down. Don't worry about it, okay? You are not slowing the class down. Okay, so we got the vertex, right? Once you get the vertex, everything else is easy. Okay? After you get the vertex, you go back and look at the last statement, okay? Because the last statement is what you chose to be the first number and second number, okay? The first value for vertex, that will be your x. In this case, is 7, right? So that tells us, go to the last statement, x is 7. So our first number is 7, okay? And then the second number, you need to take the x and then minus 16. Okay, so what would that be then, Brandon? What will be the second number if first number is 7?
7.
Hmm?
The next number would be 7 minus 16.
7 minus 16. Yeah, very good. And
9.
what would that be?
Negative 9.
Negative 9. Very good. Okay, so we have 7 and negative 9. Okay, so you can see that it's not always the same number, right? Because a lot of question is just the same, right? 8 and 8, right? 10 and negative 10, right? It's not always the same, depending on the question, depending on your last statement. Okay, so once you get the vertex, you just go back and look at the last statement, and then now you can answer the question. Okay, the numbers are, and remember one of you did not write a sentence. Okay, so when you're doing corrections, just write out a sentence for each of the word problem. Okay, you got the numbers correct, but you didn't make a conclusion. Okay, so the numbers are 7 and negative 9. Okay, does anyone have questions about this one? Okay, go to the homework again. Okay, anyone has other questions? Take a look at your marked homework. Okay, see if you have questions you need to ask how to do corrections. Right, I assigned 17 to 20, right? And then this part, 25 to 28. Anyone has question about this part? Twenty-five to 28, you need to do the complete square, right? Change to standard form correctly. Evan, do you have any questions?
I'm just looking over right now.
Yeah, okay. So take your time, take a look, okay? Anyone else can ask, okay? You can do your correction right now. I'll give you some time. This week's, in general, most people did better than the previous homework, okay? That's good, less correction this time. So you guys can hand in the corrections first, okay? So maybe today, tomorrow, okay? You can hand it in first. And then just during the week, just focus on the new homework, okay? Anyone has trouble correcting, you can start on correction right now, okay? I'll give you 5 more minutes, okay? You can go through it. And I'm still missing the correction for homework 3 from some of you.
I just sent mine.
Okay, you just subbed in, okay? And yeah, Marcus, I also don't have your correction, Waylon and Jenny, okay? Correction for number 3.
I can hand in my correction by tonight.
Okay. Yeah, if you don't know how to correct, okay, you can ask me now. Okay, Evan, have you found any question you need to ask?
I'm just doing. No, not yet.
Not yet. Okay.
Not yet.
Okay, last call for the questions. If you still have questions later, right, you can always ask me during the break or after class, okay? So if you feel you are ready for the new thing, the new lesson for today, you can raise your hand, then we'll move on. Please raise your hand if you are ready to go on, okay? Brandon, any questions? Okay,
No.
good, thank you. Right, so today, okay, let me see. All right, so last time, right? Last time we just went over about finding numbers, right? Making the product maximum, product minimum, right? If you look at these four questions, and then also like the result to be minimum, right? In question D, okay? So now today we're gonna apply this idea to a more realistic story, right? Scenario. So something like the next one, okay, it's on the next page, 39, page 39. This is talking about area, right? So over here it tells you that a rectangular area is enclosed by a fence, right? So you want to build a surround a fence, right? Surround an area. So maybe like a garden, right? Could be a parking lot, right? Could be many things. And also in the area, you want to divide by another section of fence parallel to two of its sides, okay? and you have a total of 600 meter of fence to enclose the maximum area, right? That's important, maximum area. So you have a limited amount of material, right? At the same time, you want to make the area as big as possible, right? That's very practical, right? You don't want to enclose as something small, right? Then that's not useful to, let's say if it's a parking lot, right? You want to have as many cars able to park inside as possible, right? And what will be the dimension? Dimension means the length and width, right? Dimension of the rectangle of the enclosure, right? So based on the description of the question, okay, I would like you guys to try draw a picture, okay, what it looks like. Rectangular area divided by another section of fence parallel to two of its sides, okay? What does that mean? So please draw a picture, and then I'll ask one of you to show it on the screen, okay? What you think it looks like. So if you got a picture, please raise your hand. Okay, Harry, you want to share with us your drawing? You can draw it on the screen. Okay, so that's a rectangle. Is that all?
Yeah,
No more.
no more.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else? Anyone else draw something different, or everyone just drew a rectangle here? Well, at least we have a rectangle, right? We must have a rectangle. It says it's a rectangle area. Anything else should be there.
Dimensions.
Dimensions, yeah, sure. So we have the length and width, right? Sure. So those are the fence, right? We have 4 sides on the fence. What else are we missing? What else does it say about the fence? Ivy, what do you think? Anything else we're missing out?
The fence that parallels to two of its sides.
Okay, so what does that mean? How can we add it to the picture? Can you try to draw on the screen?
I don't know,
You don't know how to draw, or you don't know what to write, what to put.
like what to draw.
Okay, okay. But what does it mean though? The another section of fence parallel to two of its sides. Do you understand what that sentence means?
No.
Okay, that's all right. Anyone else? No? Anyone want to elaborate on that? Let me highlight that sentence, okay? Enclosed by a fence and divided by another section of fence parallel to two of its sides, right? It's very important. It's a long sentence there. We cannot ignore that, right?
I just I added like a line in the middle, like in
Can
the
you show
middle.
it on the screen for us?
How do I do that?
I think you go to the view options and then look for annotation.
I have no clue how to do that.
Does anyone know and can teach Colin? Harry knows, right? Harry drew the rectangle. How did you get the
So like on the top middle of the screen, there's like a green thing, and to the right there's like a view options, and the annotate.
you see it now, Colin?
Give me a second. I'm trying to. Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
right.
Okay, so
Like
that's what you did. You put a line in the middle, is it?
yeah.
Yeah, very good. Thank you. Yeah, okay. So we want to divide, right? Divide means cut it, right? Divide the area by one more fence, right? By another section of fence. But I cannot divide any way we want. It tells us to divide it so that it's parallel, right? Parallel to two of its sides. So the line that Colin added in, right? This one in the middle, right? This line is parallel to the other two sides on the side. Does that make sense, Ivy?
Yep.
Yeah? Okay. So that's what it means. Okay, so we added one more side there, right? So it doesn't have to be in the middle, right? It could be anywhere, right? So once you divide it, then that means your area has two parts, right? So maybe this is like your backyard, right? So you put another fence in the middle, right? The green one, and then this part you can save it for your pet, right? Your dog or cat to run, right? To run around, right? And then the other side, right? You can plant vegetable, right? Plant carrots, right? Or play basketball inside, right? So this is a very realistic, right? We sometimes do that, do a division of the area, okay? So this is one of the way, right? In the homework, you might you might see different way they put the fence. We'll talk about that later, okay? We'll finish this question first. So this is what we're looking for, okay? Now you understand the question. We have 4 fences, right? Around it, and one more fence to divide it, okay? So total there are 5 sections of fence. Okay, so Brandon, do you have questions? You raise your hand. Yeah, you're good. Okay. So we want to find what's the length and width, so then the total area will be maximum, right? As big as possible, right? So as always, we'll start with the last statement, right? Just like the previous word problems. So since we're looking for dimensions, right? So we have the length and width, right? And the thing that we want to maximize, which is the area, so I have to use area. Okay, try to compare with the question we did before. Like question B, right? Previous page. The thing you want to find is the two numbers. So first number be x, second number be something, right? And the thing you want to maximize, right? Maximize is the product. So product is the y, right? Over here, the thing you want to maximize is the area. So area, we can use the A for area, right? Instead of Y, we have A. Okay, we have length and width. You have a choice. Do you want the length to be X or width to be X? It doesn't matter, but you got to pick one. So how about Jenny, you pick?
Length.
Okay, let's do that then, right? So we have length is X. So let's put that in the picture then, okay? So here is X. So X is some number, right? That means the other side will also be X, right? Because they're parallel. So if length is X, if you know the length, how do we find the width? right? Try to think about the other question we did before. The other question tells you that the sum of two numbers is 12. So first number is x, second number is 12 minus x, right? But in the area question, they did not mention anything about sum, right? So what should we do then? If you know the length, how do we find the width? Any volunteer?
Is it 200 minus, 600 minus 2x divided by 2?
Okay. Can you tell us why you think it's like this? What's the 2x? What's the 2 about?
Like there are 2x, like two lengths.
Mm-hmm. 2 length, yeah.
Yeah, and then so
And
the
why
six,
do you want to subtract them?
uh,
Why do you want to take 600, subtract 2x?
because 600 is the total um length
Total,
of the
total fence.
total fence.
Yeah, okay. And then take
And then
away the 2 length. And why do you want to divide by 2?
because there are also 2 y's.
Yeah, okay. 2 width.
Mm.
Okay. Does that make sense to everyone? Or anyone has something different? Do you all agree with her? Can you raise your hand if you agree? Or Colin, you have something to say?
Is it not just the area divided by the length?
Area divided by the length. Yeah, area divided by length will be the width. However,
Yeah.
right, then if you do that, then your width will be a over x. Then this will, like, if you try to connect everything, it doesn't include the 600 meter, right? The
Like 600
600,
divided by, what is it? 600 divided, the width would be 600 divided by x.
width will be 600 divided, but width is, the 600 is not area though, right?
Oh.
600 is the length of the total fence.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay, so look at the unit, right? It says 600 meter, not 600 meter square, right? So that's not area. Make sense? Okay, we need to include the 600 somewhere. The 600 includes, look at the picture, okay? Includes all the blue lines, right? The 4 sides of the area and also the green line, right? All those are the fence. So do you think this one is the width? Is this the width? Or is there any mistake here? Maybe let's try this way, okay? Let's say we make up a number, right? Because it's always easier to think with numbers. Let's say the length is 200 then, right? 200 meter. That means the other side should be also 200. Then how can I find the number for the width? Anyone? Angela, what do you think?
I don't know.
Do you understand what the 600 is?
It's the amount of fence.
Yeah, including which ones?
The length.
Yeah, we have the length here, including the 200, right? What else?
The the width.
Yeah, also the width. Only one of each. How about this side, the upper side?
Uh, yeah,
Yeah, also that, right? And also the right side, right?
yeah.
Anything else?
Um, no, no.
Is there another fence that we did not include?
There's one. There's one inside dividing it.
Yeah. So there's one more fence, right? Total, there are 5 sections. So if 600 is everything together, we use up 200 here, we use up 200 there. How do we find the width?
Uh, you you add the. Oh, shit.
Yeah.
100. Oh, I'm not sure.
Yeah, you can, I think you can get it. It's not too difficult. Take your time, okay? Give it a try. You used up the 200 and 200, right? Then how much is left?
200.
Okay, how did you get that?
600 minus two of the lengths. So, because two of the lengths together is 400.
Yeah, very good. Okay, so I give you 200 left. And then what do you want to do with the 200 now?
Divide by 3.
Because,
There are 3 fences left of the same.
very good, right? See, you can do it, okay? So the only difference that we need to make here is take away the 2 length, and then instead of divide by 2, we need to divide by 3 at the bottom, okay? Because 3 of the width are equal, okay? Any question here? Can you raise your hand if you understand the logic, okay? Y subtract 2x, y divide by 3. Only 4 people understand? How about other people? Do you have question? You can let me know. I can try to explain differently. But you gotta let me know which part you got lost.
Can
Yeah,
you
Harry?
Can you repeat why it's 3 again?
Why is it 3? Okay. So do you understand why we subtract the 200?
Yes.
Okay. So 2 times 200 is the 2 length. So we subtract the leftover. These are the leftover, right? For you to make the width. So if you look at the picture, how many lines are the same as the width?
3.
Yeah, there are 3 of them, right? So 1,
Oh,
2, 3. So you want to split the 200 into 3 equal parts. You want to cut it. Make sense?
okay.
Okay, the
Thank
leftover
you.
fence, right? Leftover fence, you want to cut it, right? Let me draw that, right? Here is 200. You split it into 3 equal parts. 1, 2, 3. And each of them, you put it as a width. Got it?
Got it.
Okay. How about Evan? Any questions?
After you said that, I got a little better.
Okay, good. Okay, so depending on what you choose for X, right? Because initially I forgot who chose it. I think it was Jenny, right? Chose the length to be X, then you will set up the width like this. If you choose the width to be X, then the setup will be different, okay? So depending on what you choose to be X, but it doesn't matter which one, your final answer will be the same, okay? Your dimension will still be the same. Okay, so let me erase this part. Okay. Okay, and then instead of 200, because the question doesn't have 200, right? 200 is just to help you understand. So instead of 200, we have X. and x, right? So to get the width, we need to take 600 minus the 2 length that you used, right? And then the leftover, you need to divide by 3 because you need 3 width to one of them to divide, right? To cut the area, to split the area. All right, I hope this makes sense for everyone. So we got through the hardest part, right? So once you get here, so you can see this question is very similar to the previous one. Look at the left side. Instead of first number, we have length, right? Instead of second number, we have width. Instead of product, we have area, right? It's very similar. It's just put into a different story, okay? So of course, our next step is to write a function out. So function, it tells you the area is length times width. Okay, so after this, all you need to do is try to turn it into general form, and then from the general form, turn into standard form, and then from standard form, get the vertex, then you answer the question, right? So I think the hardest part is the very beginning, the last statement, right? How to get it right. So let's start from here, okay? Because this one has a fraction, right? Let's make it look easier. We can divide each of them by 3, okay? The numerator, so 600 divided by 3 will be 200 minus 2 over 3x. Okay, so once you get here, it should be easier. So you expand, turn into general form. Will be 200x minus 2/3 x. I'll put the minus 2/3 x square at the front. Okay, so 200x. Okay, can you raise your hand if you understand steps up to here? Okay, so this is called the general form. Okay, raise your hand if you get this part. Okay, how about any? Brandon, Marcus, any questions? Okay, so after
No.
this one, okay, please get to the standard form by yourself. Okay, factor A, divide by 2, balance. Okay, complete the square. And once you're done, write out the vertex on the side. Okay, so raise your hand once you get the vertex. This one, be careful, we have a fraction on the outside. Okay, so factor A, you should take the negative 2/3 out. Okay, that's your first thing. Okay, please raise your hand if you got a vertex. When you factor the negative 2/3, means you divide by negative 2/3. Okay, so be careful when you divide by a fraction. Okay, Angela, can you tell us your first line? After you factor the negative 2/3, what's left?
I'm not sure if I did it correctly.
It's okay.
I got negative 2/3 bracket x squared minus 2/600.
2/600. How did you come up with that number? What did you do?
200 divided by negative 2/3.
Okay, so let's write it on the side, okay? So 200 divided by negative 2/3, right? Yeah?
Yes.
Okay, how do we divide fractions?
You flip the second number.
Yeah, so it'll be 200 and then multiply by,
Negative 3/2.
yeah, and then,
You multiply it.
okay, go on.
Negative, oh shoot, negative 600/2.
Yeah, which is,
300, negative 300.
yes, okay, so it's upside down. Very close, okay? Minus 300x, right?
Yeah.
Okay, continue.
Plus 150 squared.
Yeah.
And then minus 150 squared.
Mm-hmm.
Bracket negative 2/3.
Good. That's it, right? Yeah, there's no third term. Okay, so from here, continue. Okay, write out the standard form, everyone. Once you get the vertex, please raise your hand. Okay, almost done. The last part here, right? The thing outside, right? If you want, you can use the calculator. Just make sure you type in correctly. The square does not make the negative disappear, okay? Because there's no bracket on the 150, negative 150, okay? So the negative will still be there. And when you times it by negative 2/3, it'll become positive, okay? So at the end, outside number should be positive. Have you guys got the vertex yet? Please raise your hand. Do not worry if you're not sure if it's 100% correct, okay? So just let me know you tried it, you got something down, okay? Then we'll check the answers. Okay, Waylon, can you tell us your standard form?
I got A equals -2/3 brackets x minus 150 bracket squared plus 15,000.
Okay, thank you. Anyone got something different? Colin, Harry, Ivy, Jenny, Marcus, any trouble getting standard form? So Jenny, what's the vertex then?
I was trying to figure it out, but then you moved on. So
It's okay, we got the standard form now, right? So based on that standard form, what do you think the vertex is?
I don't know the x, but I know the y. So
So what's the y?
15,000.
Okay, and do you know where to find the x?
Yeah, it should be. I had 150, but then I forgot about the fraction, so I.
Now fraction, it doesn't affect the x. Fraction is outside, right? For the x, you just look at inside the bracket.
Oh, so is it still 150 then?
Yeah, still 150, okay? The
Okay.
outside number is for whether it expands or compress, open up or open down, right? So this one is 150, okay? That's your P and Q, okay? And then now to get the answer, right? To answer the question, you have to go back and take a look at your last statement now, right? The 150 is the X, and then the 15,000 is the A, right? The thing you want to maximize. So how do we answer in a sentence then? Jiawen,
I'm not sure.
what's the X? What do we find the X is?
The length.
The length, yeah. We are looking for length and width, right? So you can say the length is 150 meter, okay?
Okay.
And how do we find the width?
600 minus 2x divided by 3.
Yeah, and the X is 150. You put it in, okay? And you can tell me what you get.
600 minus 2 bracket 150 and divide by 3.
Yeah, okay. So you can calculate that.
Um, 600 minus 300 divided by 3.
Yeah, and go on, get the final answer too.
And 100.
Yeah, very good. Okay, so 100 is the width and length is 150. Okay, so you can now answer the dimensions, right? Dimension means length and width. The dimensions are 150 meter by 100 meter. Okay, so that will be your final answer. And their area will be the 15,000, right? The maximum area. So if you want to make a parking lot that has 600 meter of fence in total, right? This will be the dimension that you make. and you will also have a division in the middle, right? You have two little area. Okay, and other dimension will always be smaller area than this. Okay, any questions so far? Okay, so before I let you go for a break, I would like to take a look at some of the question in the homework, okay? Because you get something similar with area as well, okay? Can you raise your hand if you're okay with this one, and we'll look at the homework. Okay, Harry, you good? Harry, yeah, okay. So let's take a look, okay, a quick look. It's not end of class yet, okay, but I'll let you know what kind of question to expect for homework, because word problem is always the hardest one, right? So let's take a look. Like for example, question 7, right? You have a rectangle again. It's bordered on one side by a stream, right? One side by a stream. And on the other three sides, right? The other three sides by 600 meters. Okay, so because it's by a stream, that means you don't need to put a fence on that side, right? So the area of the lot is maximum. So that same, once again, we want to make area maximum, right? So that part is the same. So the picture, right? You have three sides. Those are 600. And one of the side is the river, right? So your 600 is only those three. So you can choose either this one be X, right? Or you can choose the top one be X, doesn't matter, up to you, okay? So either way, your final answer will be the same, okay? But your setup will be a bit different, okay? So think about how we did it, right? You might need to do dividing, or you don't need to do dividing, okay? For the last statement. Okay, so different picture, you will get different lays. So do not just copy over, okay? Different question has different ones. And then number 8, right? Take a look at number 8. Okay, so 80 meters of fencing are available to enclose a rectangular play area. Find the dimension. So this one doesn't mention anything about one of the side is by the stream, right? There's no dividing the section, right? So this one is just a regular one. Okay, so you have the 80, right? It tells you the total is 80. 80 is everything together. So you can choose this one to be X. Then you think about how you set up this one. Okay, length and width. So it doesn't matter. Okay. And then we have another one that's also about area. I think it was number 13, right? Number 13 is about area. And number 10, the farmer, okay? So same thing for number 10, only 3 sides must be fenced, okay? Number 13, you have no rope, right, in the swimming pool, swimming area. No rope is needed on the shoreline. So this is in the ocean, right? So by the shore. So because it's by the shore, you don't need the rope on the shore, right? Just in the water, right? So it's also 3 sides. Okay, so I think only four questions that has the area problem. Okay, so think about these 4 during the break. And if you have questions about the last statement, okay, you can ask me after the break. So let's take a break right now, and I'll see you guys at 55, okay? 2:55. Okay, see you soon.